Okay. So today I have a recipe. This is for a cooking competition that I'm doing. And this one is by a that I'm doing it for is for a company called Favorite Chef. This is not paid. I'm not being paid for it, but is a possibility that I might get some sort of something for it because it is a competition that I'm competing for money for. The company that is sponsoring this specific one is King's Hawaiian. And so starting off by tearing this, if you haven't set your oven already, it should be set to 350. And I'm making a bread pudding with the King's Hawaiian rolls. So I'm just tearing up the bread here. And I'm tearing up, these are 12 of the rolls. This is a double recipe of what I'm doing here. So, since this is a company that is known for Hawaiian breads, I did go a little tropical. So, we kind of are doing the pina colada type thing. I'm using a banana as an egg replacer also because low protein diet, you can't use egg. It is too high in protein for most. So I'm using a banana instead. You can use egg replacer, you can use applesauce, you can use a whole bunch of different things. I'm using banana. Keeping with the tropical idea here. Okay. So this is 12 rolls that I'm tearing up here, and let's see, got it's like 5 more that I have out. Now I got that done. So that this should be grease. We're going to be using it later on, but I want to start off with topping for this. So this is what we're going to be pouring on top of this. Starting off, I'm gonna put into the bowl here some coconut milk, and this is a canned coconut milk. I am using, this was in the refrigerator also, but you don't have to keep canned coconut in the refrigerator, coconut milk in the refrigerator until after it's opened, which it is now. So this is the Thai Kitchen coconut milk. And I'm gonna grab a spoon here. And we will put that out. This is okay, so this is half a cup of the coconut milk. Okay, so this is equal parts. Now I'm using half a cup of pineapple juice. To that, we are adding in 2 tablespoons of butter. This is a double recipe. So you can cut all this in half if you're only doing for one. Then I have, okay, this is, this is the fifth one. Okay, so this is a teaspoon of the vanilla. Teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, and then I didn't have regular sugar, and I don't normally use sugar anyway because I try and keep these diabetic friendly. So, because I am a caregiver, I do have people who do like to eat these sometimes. And so this is a Splenda, this is a Splenda brown sugar that I'm using right now. And so this stuff can be a lot like molasses also. And then we're adding in, this is 2 tablespoons of coconut rum. This is where we get a little, this is an optional thing. You don't have to add this in if you don't like the alcohol or don't want it. Because the kids are alcoholics or whatever. I add it in. And then I'm adding lastly banana. So, and the banana, as I said, I'm using as a binding agent mainly. Lower down. See what it looks like. So take a little spoonful of this and see what it tastes like, because this is pretty much what grab that off. Okay, so there's that. This does kind of have a good taste to it, but I might add in a little bit more of the rum. I might go a couple more tablespoons of the rum, of the coconut rum. Okay. The Parrot Bear coconut rum. And I think this might be the one thing I forgot to double. But I put in 2 tablespoons and I'm going to put 2 more in. Most of this should cook down in the oven anyway. As far as the alcohol is concerned, when you're cooking, you're normally cooking away the alcohol, but leaving the flavor. So there's that. Okay, try it again. lightly press down on that. Okay. Just pour this on top. And as far as the eggs are concerned, I did use 2 eggs. Actually, 2 bananas, the bananas are, so, with bananas, if you're using bananas as an egg replacer, or either that, or if you're using applesauce, both are 1/4 cup per egg that you're replacing in a recipe. Yeah, I need more. This isn't going to be enough. So, what I'm going to do is add in more of the coconut milk. So I'll just add in the rest of this can. And then I'll mash up the other banana that I have here. With this, you just use a fork. Bananas are pretty small. I was using a potato masher, but it's too big for this. So you can use a fork or a spoon. It should work fine. The pill there. Okay, so take that. Move this out of the way. And we'll just smash this up. So I'm gonna put that in. And then we'll add in another can of the pineapple juice. little bit of the pineapple juice left in this one. And I'm going to take, I'm going to be adding these in later, but I'm just draining this out. But we're going to add these to the top when it's done. So the pineapple won't get wasted. Okay, this one I do need to make sure that I'm paying attention here because I need to know how much pineapple juice is in here. Pineapple juice is fairly low in protein, but I just want to know for my own measurement's sake here. Because I do want this around 4 grams. I mean 4 ounces. I'm used to weighing in grams because that's pretty much what everything is weighed in. But anyway. And I'm going to put, this was the one, try it with the, no, that's not, it was this one that had the pineapple juice. So clear that out. And pour it in. That's about 4 1/4, so it's a little bit over, but it should be fine. So now the let's see, where is it? Measuring spoons here. So I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon of the stevia. Actually, no, I'll go. Let's put 2 tablespoons. And I want to make sure I level this off. Although this is looking a lot better than it was before. Alright, did. That extra we don't need. And there's that. And then what I'm not going to add in is the butter. So I got that. Doing a teaspoon of the vanilla, of the cinnamon, I mean. teaspoon of the vanilla powder. I use real vanilla. This is the stuff that comes from the bean. It's just already scraped out. I can't stand the extracts. They have way too much alcohol. Okay. Now, and then I think the rum we have enough of already, so that should be fine. Lower this down and we'll mix it up again. Really sticks. Okay. Well, let's get a lighter color to it. These are about the size of baby spoons. Just for a little taste, it should be fine. But see what it tastes like with this batch. Because this has got a lighter color to it, so. Still good. Okay. The pineapple really comes out in this. Let's see. Okay, I need to clear that off a little before that's going to fit back on. So let me take all this off. Move that back over here. That will go in sync with that. We'll definitely be able to tell the difference, but this is a lighter batch. The only thing this one's missing is the butter and the rum. But that's that. We're going to let that sit for about 10 to 15 minutes before I put it in the oven. So this is just like for the topping for like the glaze, so it's just like for one piece maybe is all I can see this being enough for. but it's to use so I use 2 tablespoons of the pineapple juice. With 2 tablespoons of the stevia. And since this is a dry stuff, I want to use a different measuring spoon set. So there's got a lot of juice. I'd say that's probably more than a splash. We're gonna mix this up. I'm just gonna use my little spoon here. Okay, I think I'm going to add in some more of the stevia. I think this is the wrong set, but so for future reference, if you ever don't have it, confectioner sugar is a mix of granulated sugar and cornstarch. And so you can make your own if you do have granulated sugar. I don't keep it on hand because I don't cook with sugar a lot, because a lot of the people that I cook for are diabetic. So since this is a glaze, we don't want it to be too liquidy. Yeah. Like the videos, please like, subscribe, share, comment, and thanks for your time.